which is kind of first step, right? So we send it to you with that. There's a master disconnect off for service, right? And it's an on-off switch. You can see it on that bulkhead barely, probably not so much. It's right here. So you gotta turn that on. Tyson left it on for me, so I'm gonna turn it on. It's just a manual clunk on. And then we want to turn that selector switch so we're running off the lithium. It's labeled for E-hub. And so, is that off?
That's on.
That's on. All right, so that's already on E-hub. Now, unless you got real small fingers, you're gonna need a pin or a screwdriver or something. You gotta turn on the lithium batteries. There are little silver buttons on each one of them. They're all connected, talking to each other. You just gotta turn on one. You gotta push and hold for 3 seconds. And then you'll see the light, the little green light come on around. 1, 2, 3. So they're on, and you see the light there. There's one battery there, one there, and then one in here. And so they all come on. Now if they start flashing, it means that they're on, but they're not woken up. And so if they flash, it'll be flashing kind of slow. 1, 2, push and hold until the 4th flash, and it'll come up and stay fully illuminated. So, and that's all on the video we got. I would turn all your breakers on. Just turn them all on. Now you can turn the boat on from the key fob, but likely if you're like me, this is how I do. The boat show up and I go start commissioning thing, and the key fobs are in the boat bag somewhere in the office. So you can turn the house on button, and you got to push and hold this for a minute. So right here, push and hold. You'll hear 2 to 3 clicks, and you can just keep holding if you want. If you're not sure, just keep holding. And so the VHS pop up, the inverter kicks on automatically, which is key, right? So there's a few boats out there. I shared this with your service guys. We got to update, I think, 4 boats with inverters. If you got an older boat, I got to see that update. But basically, this is your lithium battery charger and also the inverter. So if you're on shore power, which are plugged in, now I turn on the shore power, so that's going to start charging the lithium bank at 100 amps. And we also have a separate battery charger for the engine batteries back here. It's 40 amps. Now we know that the engines can charge the lithium, and so if you got the engine battery charger on charging the engine batteries, guess what? That's also going to put power into lithium. So you can get 140 amps in to the lithium bank, which means she's going to charge up very quick. It's going to be, from 0 all the way up, I don't know, 2.5 hours, something like that. So it's packing it in there. Well, maybe a little more than that. But it's a quick charge. So it's not like the guy can't use his boat or something. I mean, if you want, just go run it. It'll charge it with running. So anyway, breaker panel, it's all in here. All the breakers on the boat are right here, except for one, and that's the windlass breaker. I always run the windlass breaker off of the port engine battery, because if your house battery's dead, you're on the hook, you always want to be able to get the anchor up. Your engine batteries are always just going to be doing engines, so they're always topped up. So the breaker for the windlass is right back there by the battery. It's labeled, says windlass. It's just a little quick bulkhead mount breaker. Anyway,
for the customer, obviously, all he'll have to do when he's done is just the key fob. He don't have to worry about
once
any of the
you
other
guys
stuff.
commission this thing, now, a lot of the customers that I've spoken to, which is probably half of them now, are so used to throwing switches like, man, why'd you bury the switch in here? I was like, because I didn't want you to find it. That's why I put it there. Because now you got to put it back the other way, and then you'll be fine. So, yeah, we're so used to being throwing battery switches and all stuff, and the things that the little key fob Aegis switch says off, on, auto. And like, oh, I got to turn that on. Well, okay, you can, but now you can't turn your boat off, right? So,
Well, more questions. So when you're powering it off with the fob, does it take like a solid 2 minutes, like on the 30XO? 30XO takes forever to power down.
it does not take that long.
It's
a lot better.
It's like a 3-second press on the key fob, and it shuts the whole boat down.
Okay.
We'll go through all of it. It's pretty quick. Now,
So
you
30 is
can
pretty-
let it wait for
pretty
a whole
long.
minute if you want. Yeah, it is long. It's a different system.
Okay.
So we have 2 MyHelp systems. We got the Garmin solution and we got the Dometic solution.
Okay.
The only one that is not Garmin is the 30XO.
Okay.
And that's specifically because it controls power poles and jack plates really, really well. So All right.
So Dave, you leave the battery switch in one position all the time then, let the
Yep.
cover turn on and off?
That's right. And you know, even particularly you guys down there, you're not winterizing boats and all this stuff. Anybody up north, we got Spicy?
Nope. Jersey.
Yeah, right. Yeah, comes up. Yeah. You winterize boats, you're going to want to turn the batteries off because they're just going to sit through all winter. 8 seconds on any of the buttons, boop, you're done. And then you're about to leave. You want to plug it in all winter, you can plug it in all winter too. But most people don't, right? So it's the only thing you got to do with the lithiums if you're storing a boat for a long time. I mean, like 6 months, a long time, not like a month or two. Dry stack, no, leave them on. All right, so again, you see the gyro, you see the charger, inverter. We have the MyHelm Infrabus system, which we have 4 control modules. You guys have been through this before. Basically, each one of these modules has 3 things happen. You get power, and they're all breaker protected. So on the breaker, you see Infrabus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 separate breakers, 1 for each module. And so they're all dual protected because we're redundant. You know, we're kind of like Dilbert here at Regulator. Everything's redundant. So you have power to modules, which is the big red and yellow cables. You got the NEMA connection, so it can talk to the screens. And then you got where the harness plugs in. When the harness plugs in, this is just like electronic curling switches. All it's doing is turning power on, turning power off. And so all we have is power, NEMA, and the harness. There's 4 in here, and there's 1 in the T-top. And now I heard you guys, and particularly your service folks, we don't like taking screws out of T-tops to get to stuff in the T-top. So there's a drop-down panel there, access to everything, the fuse panel and all this stuff. So you're doing radars, we ship these boats without radars on them, the pipe stuff, super easy to get to. So, that's the pump room.
What's the lifespan on the lithium?
We don't know yet.
Yeah.
We haven't killed it. The Mr. Lithium, the medic guy's right behind you.
Yeah. Lifespan on the lithium.
We anticipate 8 to 10 years, but we've not, I mean, this is all new for us too, so we're learning as we go, but
that's
10 years is
good guess. Okay.
Basically, they've done thousands of cycles from full up to full down, and we've seen no depreciable decline in performance. So we don't have enough data yet to say how long these things are going to take to kill. Right now, I mean, you're going to be second owner probably at least by the time it comes up. But I mean, they're easy to get in and out replacements, so have had 0 issues with those since February. This is hole 24. So he's done hundreds of other boats for us.
Dave, is there anything if you leave the battery switch on and it's not hooked up to shore power? Is there anything to drain those batteries or leave up to 2 months?
So the optional air dry build is going to, anything on 24-hour power, right? So like your CO detector, your bilge pumps, the optional air bilge pump. I doubt it's going to run it, but if he left the hatch over something and it's raining all the time, even then, I mean, you got so much capacity as lithiums, I don't think you're going to have a problem with it. So, and if he did, you plug it in and automatically starts charging. Or you turn the engine on and automatically starts charging. So, we have not experienced that. I had one customer hold 2 out of Sovereign before he fixed the inverter thing. He used the boat, loved it, and then he put it in dry stack for 2 months, and he came back and had something on, didn't turn the boat off. He's like, the batteries are dead. And I was like, okay, plug it in and go boating, man. You'll be all right. So he did use something. But,
what about the sirens?
Siren's like millions. So yeah, it's also on a 24-hour power. So it's like 0.06 amps or something. So years. Yeah, years.
Hopefully you're not taking your boat that long. That would be sad.
That would be, I mean, good job selling a guy who knows his boat.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. But, yeah. All right, so let's look at the MyHelm stuff on board the 35.
So one thing to note before we go to the screens, the on button in the mezzanine on the breaker panel, it is a boat on only, not a boat off. So in order to shut off the boat, which we'll get to in a second, you can either do it from the Garmin screen or the key fob. The key fobs themselves, you have your boat on, your boat off, and some light functions. This is IP67 rated and it floats, so if the customer drops it in the water, they can actually get it back.
Are you guys like set with these fobs now? Because we've had boats come in with like multiple different fobs.
I'm going to do everybody's like this except for yours.
Oh, great. Yeah.
No, we like these because the way they're waterproof and all stuff.
Yeah.
Things to note. You push and hold, it's a 2-second push, and now that the under gunner lights came on. Push and hold again, it's 2 seconds push, basically. So it's in your pocket, you're not 30 feet on. If that light is blinking red and not green, you got a dead battery to fob. It's just a watch battery or a garage door opener battery on it. 4 screws, easy does it. You don't have to repair it. You don't have to relearn anything.
And that battery's only good for a month.
I hope it's more than that, but you may know better than I do.
No,
The receiver for this thing is right here, and it's got a slow green flash on it. If I push something, it flashes quickly. That's how you know it's paired. So if something's like, hey, my key fob's not working, be like, well, let me turn on the spreader light. No, it's working, right? Got something else going on. So, yeah, so unlock is on, lock is off, under gunner light, deck lights, and then the if you got the optional bar light, that's your functions on this. So this is really all the guy's gonna need. On, off. If he plugs the boat in and he leaves all his breakers on, the boat's gonna take care of itself. If he unplugs it and the boat's off, it's gonna shut down properly all on its own. There's no need to go and switch stuff, move breakers. It's all trying to make boating easier, right? There's a ton of stuff on this boat, and we've done specifically the Garmin system, so this thing runs itself. You don't want to come on the boat and have to like, oh, what do I got to do to power up? What do I got to do to shut down? What do I got to do to shore power? And all your breakers on, key fob. And then shore power in, shore power off, that's all you got to do. Plug in, plug away, that's all you got to do. So, that's great. Yeah. While we're here, before we go to, where Tyson, the back of the boat real quick. You guys have probably seen this, but you know the live is pressurized. The winder, as we say in North Kakalaki, is an option. In here is the one of the bait traps. So I don't know who's using this, Matthew. Sorry. Sink. These are little bait trays. Put your ballyhoo in, right? So you do your brine, whatever. It's small. I get it. There's 5 more in here as an option. Both of these tubs are optionally freezer boxes. And not like the cold plate stuff we were doing. These are fully wrapped, fully coiled Frigibar, yacht level freezer boxes. It's a nice option. They'll make ice. I mean, they're not an ice maker in it, but they'll ice up around the whole printer. Top sides, well, top's the lid. The side to bottom, all refrigerated. And when you turn the boat on with the key fobs, they just come on. If you select any of those options, there's these 2 and the Ford settee box is optionally fridge freezer. So. All these drains go to that scupper. This is the scupper box we looked at in the back of the boat.
Did you stand on that? On that other boat?
Yeah, they jump on. The deck actually bonds to it, and so these pop up if you ever got to you lose your cell phone in there or something. Now you can get it back out maybe. I don't know. But they do pop up. You want to clean it out. The grates there, you pull those up. You can get to it. Of course, this is a raw water sink. I don't advertise this, but if you want that to be fresh water, it's not hard for me to do. So someone's like, man, I really want fresh water back there. Okay, let me know, right? The seats, of course, you guys saw that on the show. You gotta have seats in the back of the boat. We intentionally did the center live well because we wanted to be able to get close in the corners. We had a lot of comments about that from sales, dealers, customers, and we really want to style up the back of the boat. We kind of had this boxy thing back here going for a while, so styled that up. Pressurized live well. Over here is a cutting board, and then a drain and a quick connect faucet for a hose, right? So I have a hose in there somewhere around here. So that's another wash down, again, raw water. If you wanted fresh water, I can't imagine you would. The hose, we could do that fresh water too. Just let us know.
If somebody does want the fresh water, can they have either or, meaning switch to do fresh?
Well, that would be more complicated. You gotta find a place to put a valve.
Right. Well, it's
I can make it fresh.
I just know if I said to somebody they asked a question about fresh water, I tell them yes, and they can say, all right, can I have either or, depending on use.
Not right now. but if it's just raw water. Like they don't advertise it being fresh. But if somebody comes to you, and he's like, man, if that was fresh water, I'd buy the boat. Sold, right? You know?
Right, yeah, done.
You got it.
Yeah, we got you covered on that one. You want to go like NASA, valve selection thing? It's going to cost you money. Dive door stuff. You guys seen that 100 times. The finished bilge area. I don't know how many of y'all can see it, but it's. You pack a bunch of stuff in there. The bucket holder, of course, comes out. That's your refrigeration compressors. So all your fuel filters. Again, there's no strainers. There's no raw water strainers, but it goes through that automated macerated sea chest, right? So you're not having to get down in there and do a bunch of stuff. Your 3 engine batteries are in the back, right there on top of that shelf. You got the raw water pump, you got the gyro pump, and you got the air conditioner pump. So all your pumps are right down there. Freshwater pump is right here on that bulkhead. You can probably see it in the boat behind you, but super easy to get to, right? I mean, there's nothing buried. We cram so much on this boat, but it's still serviceable. In fact, your service techs are great. They give us some feedback on some stuff. And a lot in here, manage itself. Boat works for you. Boat works for your customers, and you can maintain it. Okay, we've got 12 minutes. Tyson, let's walk through the Nile.
All right, so
P5 if you want that.
the Garmin Imperbus or Regulator My Helm. Some of the new features that we've added since about a year and a half ago. It has some jump functions that have been added. These jump functions enable from any Garmin screen, it allows you to shoot sonar or radar or maps to particular screens. So for example, turn on sonar and screen 3, it will turn sonar on that screen. So, and that works from any display, and you can send those to any display. So if you want to, you can keep Imperbus on one of these displays full time, and you can activate stuff from that screen, and then you can use the other screens as dedicated boat functions.
You guys familiar with the pinwheel at the bottom? You pin stuff, it shows up on the bottom, all that. You guys, that's all fast access stuff. Yeah.
Right now we have old school analog switches that tie into the Imperbus system. Those work regardless of whether or not your MFDs are working. If for some reason you have a circuit that trips, you'll get a NEMA alert on the Garmin screen. It'll say what circuit tripped. You'll also, or you can hit acknowledge, that gets rid of the beeping and the warning. You'll go to the last button on your pages, and that's your circuit breakers. That'll take you to your Imperbus circuit breaker page, and any circuit that is tripped on this boat will show up. So right now you don't see any trip circuits because there isn't anything on the boat, but the one circuit that would be tripped, all you have to do is hit reset circuit, and it immediately it resets the system. You hit back, and it takes you right back to the Imperbus system. It's a nice feature that when you're underway and let's say your wiper motor trips and you need to reset it and you still want to be underway, instead of stopping your boat, all you got to do is 2 buttons and you've reset the wiper circuit and your wipers are back up and running. Just like any other system, if you go and reset your breaker and there's something wrong with the pump or the motor or the light, obviously your breaker is going to trip again, and there's not anything that we can do about that. Do you want to go into how to troubleshoot as well?
Maybe not troubleshoot, but we went through this all. If you want to, we can. We went through all service guides. I think you've seen it before. You're going to get the question, well, how we're done it? What if this thing quits? What happens if whatever, boat show questions, right? So, yes, you can manually turn on circuits like we were playing with this with your service guys. And so all these modules, again, they're just like electronic carling switches. That's all they are. Just switch gear inside of them. So you can come on to, like Tyson, turn on the utility lights. Utility light on from the dash. So if you turn them off, all this is on the Garmin as well. If you need to know what circuit is in which module, they're all labeled. They all have your labels on them. And it'll give you a map where the circuit is. So if you want to know, like, where's my utility light circuit, You can go to the Improbus settings page. It's like, oh, well, that's module 5, channel 12. I happen to know that because I just did it this morning. So module 5 says 5 here. You can scroll over to channel 12 with the little arrows, and you can hit on and push for 2 seconds, and you just turn the switch on. So if a guy's, well, you know, what if I lose power? I need my bilge pumps, I need my nav lights. Okay, scroll over, manually turn it on. Now, the side of that is you can also manually turn the circuit off, which is kind of nice if you're trying to service the boat, replace a light, you don't want to get zapped. You can turn it off, and it's going to flash red. And so if somebody does that and you get a call, hey, my fish box macerator is not working. It's like, okay, well, take me a picture of this. You see anything flashing red, maybe he accidentally turned that off. I don't know. To turn it back on, you just hit the auto reset button and you're back to normal. And then you can control it from the Garmin. So there is redundancy built in. There is extra troubleshooting stuff on the Garmin screens themselves to validate the software is fine, the NEMA network's fine. All that stuff's baked in. The service guys are digging this up this morning. We can go through that if y'all want. We can even send out some videos to you guys if you want to see that. Because there's going to be the customer that's going to ask. There's going to be some tech wizard guy.
What if guy? Yep.
Yeah, the what if guy. Right? And it's like, well, you want a 1972 Robalo or you want a state-of-the-art boat, right? But anyway, so yeah, that is the redundancy in the system. If you want to do a power down, because Glenn needs to see it doesn't take 45 minutes power.
And then one more thing about the Improbus system.
Just my guy with the 30 XL.
So one more thing about the Improbus system is if for some reason the NEMA backbone goes down, or if the boat or the house power voltage drops below 1150, the Improbus system will go into a limp home mode, which will set all of the circuits to a predetermined either on-off state. So, like for example, nav lights will be on, but it'll probably turn off live well pump.
Yeah, your bait will die when you won't get run over.
So it'll allow you to get back to the dock, but it's going to also keep the circuits that have to be on and turn off the ones that you conserve power.
You know, he's like, oh yeah, you know, something went bad. I'm taking on water. What happens? Okay, so your bilge pump's going to come off. And bilge pumps can run dry for thousands of hours out of the day. Right? So turn off. And then your nav lights are going to come on. You're going to have like deck lights. We've done a few other things in the system, so it's kind of like safe mode. You know what I mean? So like catastrophic failure, you get to safe mode. So it's all part of what we're talking about here. All the stuff that's on about for the what if guy, we don't share a lot of it because it makes some people nervous, but just so you know, y'all need to know. You get that person what if do that, whatever. You know, be smarter than everybody else. Yeah, right. So I do want y'all, before you power down, I want to get guys with a chance inside the console. I think this has the new optional rod storage thing that you have to just kind of launch from all your lake Molly or something. I don't know what it was. I think it's in there. I want to make sure I'm on a live feed. Yeah, it's in there. Let me turn on the lights. Oops, that one, yeah. So it's a little bit of origami to get into, right? So you already got 8 or 10 rock stores in there. We added 5 more. Getting 12 something, 12, 16 rock stores. I can't remember. In a small space. You got to kind of be smart about put it in there. You can lock them out. They're dry. You turn the air conditioner on, dries them out, all that stuff. So if you want to check that out, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 12 standard. And we added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total. So 18 total. So that the optional one, basically if you got rod stored in there, it goes over the top of the bunk. So you're not sleeping when you ride like you were before, but you're real cozy. So I mean you guys know the glove boxes, we got the drip rail up here and think, oh, I was supposed to hand these out. I didn't hand them out in your people report. You're you have hard questions, so now you have to. All right.
There you go, Dan.
So, you guys saw the vent stuff. We've done the vents. We're patent pending this thing. So, what's inside? That's how you like start it up. Both startup stuff there. the vent in the T-top is no longer the windshield, right? You guys all saw this stuff, and so we basically got this sealed compartment inside the top that pressures air just naturally aspirated, non-turbocharged vent. But it does come out, the vents here, you can direct those, and you get pressure here. It's a lot of wind. For kind of scouts, we tried this on my 28, when I had 28, and it's like, no, blew my hat off, it was a bad day. But it worked. So that's a new feature. We did that on the new 28 too, which is over there. So the 28 and 35 have that. I don't know if we get those books or how soon we get those books. But that's in there. Of course, optional cell phone chargers, the inductive chargers, little cubbies up here, right? All the stuff's rains out. It's super dry. The film chair slides in and out. That's standard. You guys saw all that. We have the optional sidebar lights now. You guys know about that. We went to the Psionics camera at a popular demand. Actually, your guys were like, "Oh, Psionics!" We do a ton of it. It's great. It's very low cost. It's a nice camera. It doesn't have any pan, tilt, zoom, automatic. You can't start to get it up front. But for a low light level camera, it's a super nice product. And it doesn't use any Ethernet ports. It plugs in like to the camera. So super nice thing to have. A lot of guys are doing it. If you hadn't heard about it, Psionics is a really nice camera to use and pretty cost effective. Magnetic cushions, you guys seen those. They all played the magnetic cushions.
Do have a question on that. How long is further on the XOs?
There's a lot of lids on the XO, dude. $10,000 on
Pain in
lid.
the ass cushions to put on.
Well, put them on the front. You didn't have to like break your fingernails. You gotta get rid of leaf press on nails, man. I'm sorry. No, yeah, I hear you.
Hey, David,
$10,000 a lid. 2 minutes for us to retool, but it requires new tooling. Those things are already kind of pricey. But, the latches up front, you guys all seen the cable latches and all the stuff you've done. Anchor lock, the walk up to the anchor locker, everybody's seen those, right? You guys can help us find on here any time of day, so make it your own.
And then so
Tim's got to run y'all.
boat shutdown. Press and hold the top right button. That takes you to the shutdown menu. Press and hold for 2 seconds on immediate. It shuts the boat off right away. Or you can do a 60-second shutdown. Starts the timer, allows the customer to get off the boat. If you want to exit out of the exit menu, you just press cancel, and it stops the shutdown.
And the remote will do the same.
And the remote is a immediate shutdown.
Okay.
Press and hold. And you just keep on pressing, holding, and it shuts it off right away.
So imagine you guys done, he's done it for today, but you guys are doing a demo. You tie it up, you left the short cord, you just plug it in. You're walking off, so you're gonna shut that thing down? Oh yeah. Boop. That's all you gotta do. You wanna go boating again? Boop. That's all you gotta do. 1 minute.
No, I'm leaving. Bye. See you later. Bye.
He's running that. Anyway.